AskingRadio.com app available on Android and iOS devices. Download now.
Stay here with you. You are a rainbow sun. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. Seasons change, but you're the same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and I'm here with
Rita Shamiga.
And Speedy Talk is a program for the youth where we'll talk about things that concern and affect the youth. And today is Wednesday, the 12th day of August 2026, and today is actually International Youth Day, a day set aside to recognize the contributions, experiences, challenges, and aspirations of young people around the world. And the United Nations marks the day every year, and this year's theme is Different Context, Common Aspiration, and the theme is about something we can all relate to. Young people may live in different countries, come from different families, have different opportunities, and face very different circumstances, but many of the things they hope for are actually similar. Young people want opportunities, a good education, decent working or dignity, a chance to participate, and the opportunity to maybe even build a good future. And when we talk about young people and then their aspirations, there is something else worth looking at. Many young people have already imagined what their lives would look like. Someone says, oh, by 30 I want to have achieved this, and in 2026, by 2020 I want to have achieved this, I want to own my own days. Someone wants to have a particular career, someone wants to buy a house, someone wants to be independent, someone wants to maybe start doing something for themselves. And different aspirations, exactly. But between what we aspire to become and where we actually are, there can be a very big gap, So today, that is what we are going to be talking about. Today being International Youth Day. What is stopping young people from achieving what they actually aspire to do? What is stopping you? If you said that, okay, by 30 I wanted to do this, or by this year, by 2026 I wanted to like have become this, by the time I turn 25 I wanted to do something like this. What is actually stopping you right now, or what are you doing about it? Because some of these things might seem like it's just one person, but if you look at so many young people and then ask, okay, you, how are you doing, how far, they have very similar things to actually say. So you also can call in and be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868.
That is 090-3648-5868.
It's Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and today being International Youth Day, we are asking you, what is stopping you from achieving what you actually aspire to be? I mean, what you say that you will do. There are some people that say, oh, before I get to 24, before I get to 30, before I get to 35, some of them, they end up maybe passing those ages, and then things like that. So what is actually stopping you right now? Let us hear from you this afternoon on Speedy Talk. Rita, have you maybe heard people make those kind of statements like, I wanted to do this, so by the time I thought that when I'll be 25, I thought that when I'll be 30, this is what I'll be?
Actually, yes, there are a lot of people like that out there today. So many people that had a lot of plans while growing up, even before they became teenagers or youths, as the case may be. And so many of them are still like behind schedule, according to them. And there was this encounter I had with somebody. He was working as a security guard.
Okay.
And he was working at one firm close to our house, and we normally go there to charge our phones when there is no light. So when I went there, he was like, he likes see the way children used to be behaving these days. Everybody wants to be in school, and he was asking people what they were studying, and he was like, when he was growing up, he wanted to be an engineer and whatever, but now I can see where he is. He's now a security person. So his own was that there's nothing about school, there's nothing you can do with school. And when we got talking, he was like, he's now 40 something years, that's 42 years.
Okay.
And he wanted to actually settle down by 35. No, by 35, not even 40 years, by 35. Until now, he doesn't even have a stable income, not even a house that he will call his own. So there are a lot of shortcomings, maybe because he said, according to him, that there are no opportunities around, and even with your good CV, you can't find any good job. And he had a lot of plans with a lot of colorful aspirations that he wished he would have been able to achieve. And it got so emotional towards the ending, because he was no longer seeing any hope. That is the worst. He was not seeing any hope in any better thing that could actually happen to him, or if something could change. So there was like a dead hope right there, and he didn't even feel the urge to do more. So you see those kind of people in the society these days.
A lot of persons by now like this, if it's not condition, if it's not what, by now like this, I know what I wanted to do. Yes. I know what I wanted to, I made plans, things like that. What is it that what is actually stopping you?
Yes.
Maybe you are saying that by this time, or by the time I become of this age, but in this year, things like this. But what is actually stopping you, from achieving what you aspire to be? What is stopping a lot of young people from achieving what they aspire to be? What is stopping you? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868.
And that is 090-3648-5868. It's
Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and we are also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makadi. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. Tell us what is actually stopping you, and maybe have you been able to recognize, okay, this is what is stopping me from actually achieving what I said I wanted to be, by that time. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Rita Shamiga. I'm calling from Hangeior.
All right, welcome to the show.
Really, I want to really get the point of the day talks. Can you just explain to me? Small?
Yes, what is something that you wanted to do? Maybe you look at yourself and you say, this is what I aspire to be like by this time, maybe by your age, or by 2026 I wanted to, by this time maybe I should have owned a house, I should have had this particular job, and then you don't have it at the moment, and then what is stopping you?
Okay. For life, that is why they say patience is very important for life. I think the one thing for life is everything that the person desires is to just pray.
Okay.
It's only God that can give person expectation. Normally, sometimes in a year, I will begin to pray, say, God, do me this one, do me this one, do me this one. I'll just write it. I think that is not the main point. The only point is that when God remember you,
okay,
He can just give you with what you want for life.
All right.
So the best thing is that you just go for prayer and pray and let God give you what you want.
All right.
So that is it. It's only God that can give a human being what you want.
Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show. It's Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and I'm here with
Rita Shamiga.
And today on Speedy Talk, today actually, August 12, 2026, it's actually International Youth Day. Day set aside, by United Nations to recognize the contributions, experiences, challenges, and aspirations of young people around the world. And this year's theme is different contexts, common aspirations. And what that simply means is there are different young people around the world. This one might be in another place, but if you actually get to talk to a lot of them and ask them, okay, what is your problem? Everyone is telling you that, okay, I was me around 30 years, so I want to have my own house, I want to have my own business, I want to have this particular thing that I'm doing. But what is actually stopping you right now? Because most of these people, when you ask the questions like, okay, why is that you don't have that thing, that you said that you will have by this time, or you said that you wanted, okay, by 30 you want to have maybe even gotten married, you have settled when it comes to finances, and then that is the age that you wanted to maybe get married or whatever you wanted to do. So what is stopping you right now? You can call in and let us hear from you on 09036485868,
and that is 09036485868.
And we are also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. What is stopping you? In the case of that guy you mentioned, what would you say was stopping him? What did he say was stopping him?
Okay, for him, he said it was lack of opportunities.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Odogu.
Okay, maybe you have to call us back because it's really noisy. Okay, we can hear you better now. Where are you calling us from? Okay, maybe call us back because it's really noisy and then we cannot even hear you anymore. Call us back and let us hear what you think on 09036485868.
And that is 09036485868.
So you were talking about lack of opportunities.
Yes, for him, he said it was lack of opportunities because he actually had the paperwork, that's the CV, to get him the kind of job that he wanted, but then there were no opportunities that could that could capture his kind of CV and give him the kind of job he wanted. And for people to say it's all about prayers, it's okay, it's a fundamental actually, but then it also requires that when you get to a certain level and you have a particular goal that you want to achieve, or you are looking at something that's your aspirations, and you feel like you have not yet done so much, and then there are little opportunities, just as so many youths will say. I feel like it's actually the room for any or that kind of youth to learn and get diverse. It doesn't mean you will not still have the main goal, like the main intention at hand, but then you need to learn things that are actually happening at the time and things that will make you to acquire that kind of life that you want. Because the theme for this year's Youth's Day is like different context but same goal,
aspiration,
same aspiration.
yes.
Exactly. So it's like everybody has his or her own direction, what they want to venture into, that will all in all lead them to peace, having the kind of life they want, and just
that
living that
lifestyle.
comfortable lifestyle. So many people have had or have different mindsets on what they want to do.
Now
but then
you know
it just leads
something
them
else.
to a particular direction.
You know something else that most people say: lack of money. Like that is something else. Like, oh, by this time, I thought that by this time, I at least when I'm 30 years old, I should have or when I'm at 35, by this time I'm supposed to have done this one, but then I don't have the money. That is what is stopping me. If you ask a lot of people, what is stopping you today, they say it's money. Hello. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
My name is Daniel.
Daniel, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you behind Modern Market, Makudi.
Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, concerning the question, I want to let you people know that we young boys, it's not that we don't have a mission or have a visual things to do. But in this government these days, you are trying to meet up and there's nothing go. There are many demons in this Nigeria that bring us and keep us back forward. And,
Okay.
I know, if you say tomorrow I want to be like this or I want to do like this with your struggle or with every with your money, there's nothing for you. So how you going to do? How do you do?
Okay.
It's not anybody's fault. Everybody want to be like this, but in our world now, someone may not allow you to go where you want to go.
Okay.
So all these things, some don't reach like 40. You are looking to settle down. You are trying to settle down or married or be somebody, but there's no way, and you are struggling.
Okay.
And you can't do without all those things. So how do you do?
Okay.
There's no way.
All right. Thank you so much, Daniel, for calling in to be part of the show. Daniel says that it's not that we don't have the vision. It's not like we don't have, it's not like we don't have a mission, like we didn't set anything that we want to do. It's like those setbacks,
Yes.
And for
The
him,
demons.
he's looking at the spiritual side of it.
Yes.
Like that is the one that is actually stopping people, and everyone to their own. It's a good thing when you're able to recognize your own, because someone else will tell you that, okay, I'm not seeing the opportunities,
Yes.
I'm not seeing anything to actually go for, or someone else will say, okay, I don't have the money, like this is my dream, this is what I want to do, but I don't have the money.
Yeah, and Marysyntia, you also hear some people say it's because of connections.
Okay.
I don't get connection. My papa no sabi anybody, so they can't give me what I want. So,
Okay.
And then so many people take that as an opportunity. Or will I say an opportunity? So many people take that as another part where achieving their dreams becomes difficult because they don't have the opportunity or the people that will connect them to people. So,
All right. You also can call in and be part of the show. Tell us what is actually stopping you as a young person, those aspirations, what you thought that you would become by now, what you thought that you would be doing or what you would have achieved, and you aren't there yet. What is actually stopping you? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868,
and that is 090-3648-5868.
call in and let us hear from you this afternoon on Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Now you see one thing that some persons would maybe not or maybe would like to disagree with or something like that. Just the way that, okay, Daniel says that for some people they have the vision, they know what they want to do, they set those goals, but then they are unable to, for whatever reasons that they have. But do you know that there are actually some people that maybe they have those goals, but they just have it in their head, and then when it comes to moving your body to match what
they lack inertia.
I don't want to call it I don't want to say laziness. Is that no, I don't want to say laziness, but then that, okay, maybe there are some people that have this is what this is what I want to do in my head, this is the way you put the picture in your head, but then maybe to actually move and do it, they do not think that it will actually take that kind of strength, maybe to take that consistency,
Yes.
you having to show up every day. Because if you look around these days, maybe you find some people that are unable to stay in let's say, stay in one place, or maybe someone that is trying to, okay, I want to learn how to maybe I want to learn something in this particular company, but then in the first day or maybe the first week, okay, this one happened, I don't want to stay, or I'm even tired, I don't want to like
really
work,
like
I don't
stress.
exactly, I don't like stress, the soft life, someone don't even know when they are going to die, things like that, and then I don't want to actually stay in that place again. So for me, looking around, I think like that is part of the things that are stopping many people from actually becoming what they want to be. And there is also this thing of procrastination. Or tomorrow, like you are saying, okay, by 30, and then it gets to 30 and you're saying that I will start by
yes, and not just that, I would say some people lack the ability to sustain what they have at the time.
Okay.
So if you are not able to sustain the space that you are in at that very time, you might even lose it, and maybe bouncing back now will become difficult.
Okay.
And I also see it as a lack of inertia. You have the big picture, you have the big plans, you have the big visions, then how are you going to put it together, just as you said? Because these days I would say it's better for somebody to even venture in himself, that's create opportunities for himself, than look out to expecting bigger opportunities from a white collar kind of place or from a very, very big venture. There are so many people these days that are actually self-employed.
Okay.
But then that aside, but it's because they have created that space for themselves. That's if you are the person that, okay, you can't deal with people bossing you or being your boss and sending you around, then also have the strength to start up something that you will be able to boss and you'll be able to sustain it, as much as it's also giving you the kind of life that you want.
And I think that is another point that most people kind of fail, when they think that, well, I cannot do this, I don't want to, like, but then you're still you're unable to, you don't have the knowledge, because okay, you cannot actually learn from someone, you don't have the patience to learn from someone, but then you also don't have the capability to start it up on your own, like, okay, I want to build this thing on my own. I cannot do that. At the same time, I don't have the patience to learn from somebody that would show me the way before I actually do. I don't know if you get a picture of what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, but will you also agree with me that some people are just disappointed from other people's past experience?
Okay, but everyone's life is different.
Yes, let me just take you to where I'm driving to. So there are some people that after all has been said and done, they've gone to the school, they have the knowledge, and they just look at other people's life and they'll be like, it's a norm now. It's a norm something. So now this is how I'm going to be. So I don't really need this certificate. Let me just venture into this one. Maybe as time goes on, opportunity will find me.
Okay.
Why people are looking for opportunity. So you should be able to build yours, and there should not be this comparison with what is happening in the society to your life. You can also build something for yourself that will be remarkable, and people will also be able to run to you, and you also shield them.
Now, there's also this talk of where you live is because I'm in Makurdi. That's why some people say, okay, how come? Why? Some people will look at themselves. I have people around me like that. I will say, okay, I know that I should have if I don't blow by now, it's because I am still in Makurdi. It's because I'm still in Abuja. It's because I'm still wherever it is, that they are talking about.
And you know that some people will actually take that. It's a challenge, actually, because if you're coming from a place where those kind of opportunities you pitch in your mind can't be found there, it gets difficult. But then they will go as far as going to somewhere that they do not know anybody, and then starting up there becomes extremely difficult. That in fact it's even worse than staying where you were before. So I really believe in creating opportunities for yourself, and then making yourself a commodity that people are actually looking for. And how can you do that? You can do that by learning. You can do that by not just giving up on the vision that you have, but then trying to develop it in little ways that you can.
It's Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and today being International Youth Day, we are talking about the things that actually are stopping people from achieving, their aspiration when it comes to youth. You look at someone, a young person says, well, by this time, I thought that by 28 I should have gotten this, I should have had my own business, I should have had, whatever.
Don't they send money
I should have been, like, so what is actually stopping us from getting to that space? What is stopping us from getting to that place? What is stopping people from maybe becoming that thing that they wanted to become? What is stopping us? You can still call in right now and be part of the show. It's 090-3648-5868.
And that is 090-3648-5868.
What is stopping you personally? If you said that, okay, you wanted to have this, by this time of the year, by this age, maybe by the whatever age it is, everyone has the one that is set for themselves, in their head, like, okay, this is what I want to be doing by now. But then what is actually stopping you? We're also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, so you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. Now, a friend of mine once told me that family responsibilities is what's stopping her from getting to that place.
Okay.
The moment she tries to, like, okay, let me do a little, and then actually start investing in this thing I want to start, then there comes family responsibilities, and family is family. What do you think?
So family will live their life.
Okay.
You understand? So no matter what, you should also be able to pitch for yourself or root for yourself. As much as we all have families and we want to meet the expectations as being the first child sometimes, or being a sibling or a child in that family, you should also be able to plan for how long you keep showing up for that family and providing for them. If you're only able to provide for them short time, what happens in the long run? So you should also invest in yourself.
But do you actually think that, how I was actually throwing that at you, do you actually think that, okay, that is something that gets in the way of people as well?
Yes,
that's something that is pulling.
Yes. I personally have an aunt that got different opportunities outside Makurdi, and they were good opportunities. But then she has 3 children. Okay. And every time these opportunities come, she'll be like, who will I leave my children with? I need to take care of them. They are still in school, they are too small. And those opportunities just pass by. So yes, family also has a great impact on youths and their visions.
Okay, so there are different things, different from here. We talked about maybe sometimes even some people, maybe lack of money, lack of opportunities, family responsibilities sometimes. And I believe that sometimes even friends, some people giving up too quickly, or some persons that not wanting to maybe learn from somewhere before they actually invest on their own, putting the work on their own that they won't actually fall, because sometimes it's when you are able to learn somewhere and then put it on your own. We talk about different things. So what attitude, would you actually say that people should have, even yourself, myself, we can actually have, going forward when it comes to this?
It just dawned on me that I've become a youth as well.
Okay.
So I believe people should be able to learn, relearn, and research more about their environment and how they can make the most of it. And as much, try your best to create opportunities for yourself and be a commodity that people want to invest in just by learning, attending workshops, and then getting your ideas and hands-on handy things that will actually work for you in your society.
Okay, it's been Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and I've been here with
Rita Shamiga.
And this afternoon on the show, today being International Youth Day, we talk about the aspirations, how many youths, we have those things that we are wishing for, those things that we actually want to get, but then for somehow the different things stopping different people, and then the kind of attitude we should actually have going forward, because those things, I think they came to stay. None of them are going to disappear.
True.
And coming up next at 3:55 p.m, if today is your birthday, then Speedy Kids are going to be wishing you a happy birthday. And also up next at 4 p.m, the Speedlay comes on here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Keep enjoying music of your life.
Hello, my Makudi. Asking Radio is here.